Oh, hello. I didn't see you there. Second Lieutenant Thurman, 66 Hotel, going to BAMC. Today, we're going to discuss some of the main leadership points from the book, Charting the Course, Launching Patient-Centric Healthcare. We've decided to focus on both trust and personal courage. Both of these are important in healthcare and specifically as registered nurses. Personal courage is important in order to speak up for your patient and advocate for them at all times. Trust is something nurses need to have in their leaders above them, along with their subordinates. Let's chart this course together. Come with me.
Thank you for coming in today, sir. My name is Sheriff Stevenson, but I moonlight as a nurse. I'm Second Lieutenant Stevenson, 66 Hotel, going to BAMC. There was some complaints on the floor, and we've noticed your falls rate going up. We've had 66 falls in one day, and there's been reports that maybe the CNOIC has been pushing patients. So we'd like you to identify your CNOIC for us.
As a second lieutenant, Kemei, 66 Hotel going to BAMC. Honestly, I thought the CNO was a dude. I don't know who my CNO is.
Well, that's some poor leadership right there.
Now that we have seen that atrocious example of what not to do, let's take a look at an example that would be better suited for this day and age. Second Lieutenant Thurman, 66 Hotel, going to BAMC.
Thank you for coming in today. My name is Second Lieutenant Stevenson, 66 Hotel, going to BAMC.
Nice meeting you, sir. I'm
What's your
second lieutenant Kemei, 66 Hotel, also going to BAMC. How can I help you today?
So I called you in here because the falls rate on your floor skyrocketed. There was 66 falls in one day on your floor. And there's rumors going around that your OIC has been pushing patients down the stairs. Can you point your OIC out for me?
Well, sir, yes, my OIC is right there. Her name is Second Lieutenant Johnson. Well, that sounds so incorrect because she is one of those leaders who doesn't do drive-by rounding. She doesn't just pop in to show her face. She actually builds relationship with us and also with the patients. And she, in fact, has started implementation to increase patient safety. I'm gonna take you to her office right now.
Okay.
A staff nurse not being able to recognize their CNOIC, even on a police lineup, is representation of a typical sparse contact between the senior leader and those led. This should not be accepted by any CNOIC or someone who understands his or her responsibility to truly lead by inspiration, example, and personal communication. Oh, hello. I forgot you were still with us. Let's talk about personal courage. Personal courage is something needed each and every day in nursing. We, as Army nurses, can apply personal courage by knowing that we are trained in our profession. As new nurses, we might be scared or timid to stand up for ourselves and advocate for our patients. An example of having personal courage is contacting the physician after your gut tells you something is wrong, even when the time frame may not be perfect. Let's take a look at the cascade of thoughts that goes through a new nurse's head and mind when needing to contact a physician.
It's 0200. A little late. I'm scared the doctor's gonna get mad at me.
He's just gonna tell me to wait until the morning anyway.
Well, I've told this doctor multiple times over the last 2 days that these symptoms were there in his patient, but he keeps brushing them off. Maybe I'm just wrong.
Maybe this really isn't that big of a problem. Am I overreacting? I think I'm just gonna continue to monitor the patient, even though this just doesn't sit right with me. But the doctor keeps telling me it's not abnormal.
Hello, I'm the Second Lieutenant Thurman, 66 Hotel, going to BAMC. Now that we've seen kind of the downward spiral without personal courage, let's see what an example would be with a new nurse that has the mental fortitude and personal courage.
I'm Second Lieutenant Krista Gatan, 66 Hotel, going to BAMC. I'm a registered nurse.
I know my patient, and I was taught to identify the abnormalities.
I'm seriously concerned about the symptoms that the patient is presenting.
In order to keep my patient safe, I'm going to call the physician regardless of the time or the circumstances because this is an important matter that needs to be resolved. I am going to call the physician and I'm not going to say, I'm sorry to bother you.
So, as we have seen today, personal courage and trust are a must and a cornerstone in the patient caring touch model as we move forward in the Army Nurse Corps. Does anyone else agree with me?
Yes, I do. I think that trust and personal courage are ways that we can be an effective leader.
And remember,
We
are
66 Hotels, going to Ramsey.
being a cornerstone in the Army Nurse Corps' pillars. So I'm just saying things now. We, as Army nurses,